Good evening, YouTube. My name is Yusuf, and you're watching my news channel. A while ago, I posted a video titled Last Video. That's because my mother is ill, and she still is very ill with no sight of recovery. But I decided to do exceptionally a video about Japan. Why? Well, because I love that country, love the culture, love everything that comes from Japan, their people, and I have great respect for Japanese people. So, um, what is this video about? This video about very simple. You all probably heard, maybe you didn't, but by now I think most people did, about the prediction of Tatsuki Ryo, a manga artist, which predicted the 2011 big earthquake in Japan that happened in March 2011. And we have a similar situation, and that's why I made this video, because I believe it's something similar. A big event is going to happen, and it's imminent. And as I stated, I love Japan and its people, and I want to warn them about the pending big event, though I do think most of them already know by now. So, what are the signs that lead me to believe that something big is going to happen? First of all, the oarfish sightings since May 2025. Oarfish are deep sea fish that live in the abyss, and when they do come to the surface, they die. And that is seen, especially in Japan folklore, as a sign that something is going to happen. Typically, a big earthquake or a volcano eruption, tsunami, you name it, something very bad. Then we have the earthquake swarm in Tokara, which is ongoing. And I will leave a link below. You can actually see this at the Japan Meteorological Agency. There have been more than 2,000 quakes, and you can actually all view them if you want to do that. And you can monitor current developments. So, for example, here we have the most recent, July 19th at 9:40 p.m., 3.7 magnitude adjacent Sea of Tokara Islands, etc., etc. So we have this earthquake swarm. And by the way, that's why the Japanese authorities evacuated, and that's one of the bullet points, the residents in Tokara Islands, because they fear that an underwater volcano or big earthquake is going to happen, and thus a tsunami might destroy these islands, or at least inflict big damage and human casualties. So the evacuation itself is a sign, because why would the government of Japan go to the trouble of evacuating people? That's because the danger is real. The sudden apparition of two nova stars in the night sky since June. And mind you, that swarm started in June 2025. So, what are those two stars? Sorry. Essentially, and I'm going to read it quickly, astronomers have spotted two bright new stars shining simultaneously in the night sky, Velorum and Lupi. This may be the first time that more than one nova has been visible to the naked eye at once. So it is a very unusual event, and I do see it as a sign that something is going to happen, because it started when that quake storm in the same time frame. So I put it as a bullet point in signs of a big event. Then we have, of course, the prediction of Tatsuki Ryo. She said she dreamt in July 5th, I think it was in the 90s, that in July of this year, 2025, a big event is going to happen. And she said it will make a tsunami 3 times bigger than the one in 2011. And this is why tourists, especially Chinese tourists, have been spooked to go to Japan, because this is, of course, a big omen of something very dangerous that is going to happen near the coast of Japan, probably an underwater volcano, which will then maybe collapse and so produce a big tsunami. Who knows? So there you have it, the prediction of Tatsuki. The evacuation of its residents, this I already covered. Here we have a magnitude 7 earthquake in Alaska. I put it in a bullet point because in 2011 it was that big 9 magnitude earthquake that struck near Japan was preceded by a magnitude 7. So again, the signs are piling up. And that's why I decided to make the video, because I think now it's very imminent that this earthquake is going to happen in the coming days, probably. Then something strange happens. Buoy 21418 has been showing some wild deviations in wave height. And guess what? They took it away. Let me show you very quickly. So I posted on Imgur and also at, by the way, you can find everything if you do advanced search username in the Godlike Productions, and I will leave a link below. When you type Ken Shiro, which is my alias here, you will find in the threads everything that I have found out. Everything which I'm saying here, they're covered in all the threads. For example, here you have that swing in the buoy, which I cover, and sometimes I add additional info. So I strongly advise, if you're interested in one of those bullet points, to check my account at the Godlike Productions. I only have 15 minutes of time here in the video, so I can't really go through all of that. But you don't need to worry. I will leave a link down below in the description box. So what is the fuss all about? Very simple. Buoy 21418 have been showing some wild swings. And they cover a range of 80 meters. Something is happening. And oddly enough, when you go to the website and you click actually at the placement of buoy 21418, mind you, this was yesterday, they have taken this buoy out and replaced it with another number, 21419, which is completely, when I do view details, another buoy. How do I know? I can check the water depth, 5,325 m, and the other was 5,600, I believe, when I clicked on the details. You see, 5,611. So that buoy has been taken out, and this tells me the big event is imminent. When you start to see this kind of weird behavior in the internet, things that are being taken out, that means you're not supposed to see it. So let's go to the bullet points again. So you have this buoy 21418, which you can now only see in my Imgur account or Godlike Productions. I will leave the link below. Then you have, I put it as a bullet point, geology info chain reaction in Japan's volcanoes. This is only information, but very useful information to understand why there is such a great danger near the coast of Japan. It has many volcanoes, the most dangerous ones being underwater volcanoes. Then you have the moon perigee, which means the moon is going to be the closest to Earth on July 20th at 8:39 a.m. And I believe in Japan, if I go to Tokyo, because they are in advance in the time, Tokyo, yes, there it is already 3 a.m. and 20 July. So perigee will be within 5 hours. Don't worry, that doesn't mean that the earthquake will happen in 5 hours. It just means that moon perigee over there is already starting within 5 hours. Why is this so important? Because the moon will be the closest, and then you have, of course, tidal forces, you have gravity at play, and that region is already under stress. So will this have an effect? I don't know. But I thought I put it in a bullet point, because you never know. So there you have it. Moon will be at perigee, 20 July. And this is the reason why I think now it's imminent, because all these signs, everything is converging to a certain time period. And I think this will be from 20th July until 23. If by then nothing happened, chances are nothing will. But again, July ends the third on 31, Thursday 31. So don't celebrate too early, especially if you live in Japan. But still, if nothing happens until the 23rd of July, then I think we are exiting that danger time frame. So, oh yes, and a big spike in the Schumann resonance. I posted it as last bullet point because it was a big one. And as you can see, usually you don't see them like this. This is very unusual. It just happened without space weather, without anything. This comes from Earth's core. This is actually the heartbeat, so to speak, of our planet. And yes, I think this might be viewed as a sign, a converging sign. So there you have it. This is a warning to all people living in Japan, whether you're Japanese or not. If you live near the coast, I would advise to move at least 100 kilometers from the coastline until the 23rd of July, to be sure. Just as a safety measure, go on vacation to your family that live in the towards the mainland. Avoid at all costs beach houses, of course, vacation resorts, things like that. Avoid the coast. Simply avoid the coast of Japan, because I have a bad feeling about it. If the prediction of Tatsuki ever came true, 3 times bigger than 2011. In 2011, there were already lots of casualties. So this time, it will be more than in 2011. I certainly hope I'm wrong. But if you look at all these signs, you have to be utterly mental to think there is no danger at all. So that's a little bit the gist of it, of this video. I will leave all the links that you need in the description. Like I said earlier, my mother is very ill and I don't feel like posting videos, but this is an exception that I made. Why? Well, because I like Japan. I like its people. I have great respect for the Japanese people, and I want to alert them. I do feel something very bad is going to happen, either in the following hours or the next couple of days. I hope I'm wrong. Let's hope so. But if not, you can't say you haven't been warned. Thank you for watching this video. This will probably be the last one. Like I said, my mother is very ill, and it's without. She's not curing from this. She hasn't gone out in more than 3 months, and this has never happened before. She just lays on the couch, very ill, can barely move. So, well, thank you for watching anyway, and maybe we'll see each other next time.